Mr. Simmons, what I'm suggesting is we actually enter into an agreement with certain dates, certain amounts, those types of things. And then I can sign it. It'll be an enforceable agreement that you can both rely on. And then we're done with this. We don't have to come back to court anymore. So that takes some specifics, dates and amounts. I'm going to make a suggestion, Mr. Simmons. Instead of finding out what Mr. Herman wants, why don't you tell him what you can pay? How soon can you make a payment? How much would it be? How often can you make payments?
This courtroom exploded after a judge exposed a tenant owing years of unpaid rent. The defendant blamed COVID and unemployment, but the judge wasn't buying it. After breaking down the massive debt in court, the judge delivered a brutal warning. You need to find another place to live.
Good morning, Sandy. How are you? I'm sorry, it took me a little bit of time to get on today. I'm not sure how. Good morning, Judge.
Actually, this is Paula. Are you
Paula, sorry.
Mr. Herman?
Yes.
Okay, I'll bring Raymond Simmons in.
Good morning, counsel.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Good.
Mr. Simmons, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
All right, counsel, where are we at on this one? Oh,
well,
first of all, your appearance for Parkwood, please.
Richard Herman on behalf of Parkwood.
And where are we at with this one?
Well, Mr. Simmons gave my client a CDC affidavit, but not so sure that it's applicable. Mr. Simmons, according to the EIV, it shows he's working. And he just hasn't reported it. That's the EIV that comes across from HUD. Are you familiar with that, Judge?
I'm not.
Okay, so it's the employment verification. And it comes across from HUD and it says he's working. So that's not from us, it's
right
from the feds. He also indicated somewhere, and Mr. Simmons, perhaps you can enlighten us a bit, that you hurt yourself on the job before COVID. Is that correct?
No, I got sick before COVID.
Okay, sorry. You hurt. I knew there was something. So his sickness had nothing to do with COVID. It was before COVID, and apparently he's still working. Where are you working, Mr. Simmons?
But I'm not.
But you're not, huh?
No, I'm not.
Well, then what? I can't understand how the HUD says you are.
I don't either.
Well, I think that's something that you and HUD need to work out. They're the ones that are controlling the purse strings for you, sir.
Okay.
So, Judge, as far as I'm concerned, have you, Mr. Simmons, what agencies, if any, have you applied to get assistance to pay your?
Wayne Metro, but they said since my balance was pre-COVID, they couldn't help.
Okay. So, yeah, this balance goes all the way back to whenever. You've had a balance since September 2019. You've had all the way. You've never not had a zero balance that I can see on here. And the balance is 4 digits, by the way, not a minuscule amount. It's always been somewhere in the couple $1,000 range, except for in 2018, it was in the $100 ranges. So, Judge, I'm all yours, Your Honor. I seriously, if EIV says he's working, then obviously a CDC affidavit isn't going to work. And like he said, he was sick before COVID, so I'm not. Why aren't you working now, sir?
Because I'm high risk for COVID. I got a heart stent and I'm a diabetic.
Okay.
All right. So, Mr. Simmons, are you in a position to make some kind of a consent judgment so you can start making some kind of payments? What do you propose you do?
I mean, yeah, I would like to try to work it out.
All right. So make a proposal, Mr. Herman. I'm sure Mr. Herman's willing to listen to what you got to say.
I am.
Counsel, what's the balance on what's your ledger say the total balance is as of right now?
So I was just going to tell him that. So, Mr. Simmons, your the rent that you owe is $2,691, 2691, with $154 in costs, totaling 2,845. I am checking to see that includes, I was going to see if that includes November's rent. And it does not include November's rent. So it's another $72 up on that. So, so it is 1845 and 72, 711, 1917. 1917.
You're going down. You went from 2,800 to 1,900.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Now I know why my kids never asked me for help when it came to math.
So what's the total request?
2691 and 72 is 316, 2763. I apologize.
All right. So Mr. Simmons, do you agree that you owe that $2,763?
Yeah, that's about right.
All right. So why don't we enter into a consent judgment on that?
Okay, I don't know what to.
How much money can you put forth right now, sir?
What about
I
it?
have any money right now.
Oh, I think it's.
When is
1240.
that going to be paid off?
I think it's 1240.
I couldn't remember, and I can look at, you know.
Yeah.
1240. Okay, thank you. See you then.
I'm sorry, gentlemen.
Mr. Simmons, when will that be paid off?
As soon as possible. I mean,
Mr. Simmons, what I'm suggesting is we actually enter into an agreement with certain dates, certain amounts, those types of things. And then I can sign it. It'll be an enforceable agreement that you can both rely on. And then we're done with this. We don't have to come back to court anymore. So that takes some specifics, dates and amounts.
okay, so like how much do I need by when? And then I could, work toward trying to get it to make sure that
I'm going to make a suggestion, Mr. Simmons. Instead of finding out what Mr. Herman wants, why don't you tell him what you can pay? How soon can you make a payment? How much would it be? How often can you make payments?
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not I'm not working. Like, I've been going back and forth with unemployment since July. I'm waiting on a payment for that. I haven't, until then, I don't have no money. I don't have no money.
All right, counsel, what's your pleasure?
So I'm not getting any information, nor are you, Judge. And it's really hard to agree to something when there's nothing on the table. This is what I can suggest for you, sir, Mr. Simmons, sir, that you come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2845 divided by 5 is 5, is 6, is 5, is 25, is 34, is, if you could come up with $575 a week, starting on the 10th, which is today, but maybe we should start on the 17th. And on the 24th, and on the December 1, December 8, and on December 7, I'll give you till December 17th. We add December's rent in here. And the last payment will be so it's $569 on the 17th, the 24th, December 1, December 8th, and then it's 569 plus 72, which is December's rent. 12 is 828. I mean, is it's 579. I apologize. 11, 14, 15. It's 651 on December 17th.
What's the rental amount?
$72, sir, his portion.
All right, well, I'm going to suggest that if he hasn't been able to pay $72 a month, he's not going to pay $2,000 a month.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you're right.
If we need to set this for a hearing and I can make a judgment, we'll set it for hearing.
Okay.
Mr. Simmons?
Yes.
You got to find another place to live, guy, because this ain't going away.
Okay.
Do you have a place to live, Mr. Simmons?
Oh, I don't. That's why I signed the one paper. I don't.
Okay. Well, you've had quite a long time to look for one. Might I suggest between now and the time we come back to court, you try to find one, continue to try to find one.
Counsel, I can give you a hearing date the afternoon of Tuesday, the 23rd, or Tuesday, the 24th, or I could do Monday, the 23rd of November, both afternoon dates.
Okay, just one sec. The 23rd of November or the 24th? The 23rd of November in the afternoon is fine, and the 24th in the afternoon. Either one is good for me.
Mr. Simmons, the 23rd, okay, Monday afternoon?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, we're gonna do it by Zoom.
What time, sir?
Let's do it 1:30. I don't know, maybe you've already tried this, Mr. Simmons, but you might want to see if you can get legal aid to talk to you.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Have a good afternoon, gentlemen.
You as well.
Good morning, Mr. Pate. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, counsel, your appearance for Country Meadows.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeremy Aldo, P82238 on behalf of Country Meadows.
And where are we at on your account ledger?
Your Honor, as of right now, the balance owed is $3,219.52. The defendant did fail to appear last hearing, so therefore I would be asking for a judgment to the figures I stated earlier, and having a writ date of 11/20/2020 if the court would allow.
Thank you. Mr. Pate,
Yes, sir.
anything?
Yes. Your Honor, I actually have a check in my hand right now for 800, and
Okay,
I
no,
can absolutely
let me stop you. Let me stop you. Why'd you miss the court date last time?
I wasn't aware of it.
Okay, how'd you know about today's date?
I saw it in the mail and happened to grab it.
Okay. Same way we sent you the last one, through the mail.
Unfortunately, I must have passed it over. I apologize for that.
Okay,
It's been a little hectic around here.
all right. So go back to what you started to say. Do you agree to the $3,200 and you've got a payment to make? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, I have an $800 payment that I'm going to make as soon as we are finished up here. And I can guarantee I will be current by the end of this month. I had some issues with the unemployment agency. Unfortunately, when I was typing stuff in to open an account, I screwed up and I went back and redid it. Well, then it said that I had 2 accounts.
Right,
Shut me down.
right.
Well, I wasn't getting anything. I received nothing from them for over 2 months. Then when it started finally coming in, I went back to work. So I went on there and I said that I went back to work. Well, instead of paying me all the back pay that they owed me, they shut me off.
Okay,
So I've had to file for appeal for that.
Okay.
However, I have went in and I filed for a loan from my 401k and I am back to work. So I
Okay.
can absolutely 100% guarantee I will be current by the last Friday of this month.
okay. Counsel, with that in mind, you want to work out a consent judgment?
Yes, Your Honor, but the only thing is, my client is not willing to agree to doing to the end of the month. If you can somehow make some type of substantial payment by the 20th, maybe my client might be willing to work with him as far as giving him a little bit more time. But at this moment,
Well,
I
here,
can't.
I'm
stand it.
going to cut you off, counsel, because I'll take the heat.
Okay.
I'll make a judgment right now. Mr. Pate, you okay with me making a decision? Have you got anything else you want me to consider?
Well, I'm looking at the calendar right now, and he wants a payment by the 20th.
You said you got an $800 payment to make today, right?
Yes, I do. And by the 20th, I will absolutely have I will have another one by this Friday of at least $1,500.
Okay. All right. But you know, you're confident you can pay the full $3,219.52 between now and the 27th?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, sir.
Then-
I took a loan out from my 401k and they said it would take 7
No
to 14
problem.
days to
Here's
process.
the judgment of the court. Judgment of the court in favor of Country Metals for $3,219.52. You will pay $800 today by end of close to the management company. And your move out date is the 27th. So if it's not paid by the 27th, then the following Monday, Country Metals can come in here, file the paperwork and have you evicted.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Counsel, you get that so you can draw that one up?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'll sign it.
Thank you.
You can email that to the civil department. I'll sign it.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Pate, any questions?
Absolutely not, sir. Thank you for your patience with me.
Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, did you want his signature on it as well? And if so, I would need an email address or a phone number. Okay.
I'm trying to take the heat off you because if you
Yeah,
do
that's
that,
fine.
it's a consent. So
Gotcha.
just send it to me and I'll order it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Understood, Mr. Pate?
Yes, sir.
Judge, she's connected.
Ms. Ray, do you have audio?
I do now. I was trying to figure out what's going on with this phone.
All right. Good morning. 9523 Washington LLC versus Ray and Ray. Counsel, your appearance for the plaintiff.
Attorney Elizabeth Ellison appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, Your Honor.
And you are Andrea Ray, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Ellison, where are we at on your end?
I talked to Miss Ray last time we were in court. She said she would have the rent paid up by this court hearing. The rent's still not paid up.
All right. Ms. Ray, do you want to have a conversation with counsel about some kind of a consent judgment, or do you just want to have a hearing date? Have me order what I order?
I guess consult. I'm not really sure. I'm new with this stuff, but I have to actually file something against them because my check never showed. So Jeremy reached out to Pete to let him know, and then all we got back was a poopy comment and long list of stuff.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know who Ray is. I don't know who Jeremy is.
No, I'm Andrea Ray.
I
I work for D'Angelo Brothers, and
Okay.
they sent me a check, and it still hasn't shown up here.
Okay.
So since I was waiting on my check to get here, I actually reached out to DHHS for rental assistance because they have some programs. So I'm still waiting on the approval from Salvation Army and DHHS because, like we explained, I don't want to mess this guy around. And I was trying to avoid that stupid CDC form because I feel that those people who fill those out don't intend to pay anyways. So now I have MDHHS and DHHS. All I have to do is turn in some more paperwork, and they contacted me this morning at 7:30 and said I need to give them the proof of the court dates. So I let them know today is a court date, and I sent over a copy of the court paper, and he told me it's not enough for him. He wants a letter from Pete saying exactly.
Who's Pete?
Oh, the homeowner. Which is only $1,200 from October.
Okay. So you admit you owe the rent?
Oh, I do owe it, and we
Okay.
intend to pay him.
Okay. Counsel, any suggestions?
I guess I'm not sure if she's doing the eviction diversion program. My client hasn't reached out to me. I spoke to them yesterday. They hadn't got anything from the eviction diversion program. I guess there's no issue of material fact. I would just ask for a judgment. And then if she does want to work out with the eviction diversion program, obviously that will take into effect at that time.
You understand that, Ms. Ray?
Yeah, that's pretty much, we just go for a eviction judgment, and then if I want to fill out the paper.
Why don't we do this? Why don't I put you two in a breakout room so you can come up with the terms of a consent judgment?
That'll be fine. Thank you, Your Honor.
Paula?
I don't know what a consent judgment is.
That just means you're gonna agree on a judgment. I'm not gonna force one on anybody.
Okay.
Good morning. Video arraignments for the City of Belleville. Court's now in session. Can we speak to Joe Stafford?
Sure can, sir. Come on up, Mr. Stafford. Just stand right here.
Mr. Stafford, my name is Brian Oakley. I'm one of the judges at the 34th District Court. I'm handling the arraignment docket for this file. I understand you have waived your right to speak to an attorney for arraignment purposes. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for you, Mr. Stafford. your court date for a probable cause hearing is going to be November 18, Wednesday. I've got your address on Ridgecrest in Powder Springs, Georgia. Is that correct?
Yes,
What are you doing up here in Michigan?
I was working.
Who are you working for, sir?
AD Transport.
AD?
AD. Yes.
What do they haul?
General Motor Parts.
All right. You have a number of rights today, Mr. Stafford. One of the most important rights you have is your right to remain silent. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions because I need to set your bond. I don't want you to get into the facts that of what happened on the day of your arrest. You understand that?
All right.
So, how long you been up here in Michigan?
Around 4 months.
All right. And where'd you work when you were in Georgia?
With another trucking company.
All right. So where are you staying when you're up here?
In my truck.
Is there anything else you want me to consider, sir, before I set your bond? Mr. Stafford, is there anything you want me to consider before I set your bond?
Not really, I guess, no. Besides, ain't nobody up here. I have no family up here.
All right. Sir, your court date, as I said, was November 18 at 11:10 in the morning. Your bond is 10% with GPS tether. That means you'll have to post $1,000 and you'll be subject to a GPS tether by the Wayne County Jail so that we can keep track of where you're at. Do you have any questions about your bond or the process that we're involved in?
No, sir.
All right. Case number is 20-1631. If you would be so kind as to give a notice to Mr. Stafford.
Sure, yes, sir, I will, thank you.
Be safe.
Thank you, sir.
All right, counsel, where are we at after our breakout?
We've agreed to a consent judgment, Your Honor, and I can give you the terms.
Go ahead and put it on the record, please.
Rent to retain possession is $1,200. Other money due is $318.82 for a water bill. Court cost is $178, bringing the total due to $1,696.82. The writ date is going to be November the 30th. I explained to her if she doesn't have it paid by then she will be subject to an eviction action.
All right, Ms. Ray, do you have any questions about that?
No.
All right, counsel,
She
what are we
explained
doing
everything.
regarding Jeremy Ray? Are you doing a default judgment with the same terms, or how are you gonna handle that?
A default judgment, Your Honor, with the same terms.
All right, and you're gonna submit the paperwork?
Absolutely.
All right, Ms. Ray, any questions?
No, none at all. Thank you.
All right, good luck, ladies.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
Counsel, you got some other files with us?
No, just that one today.
Have a nice day. Ross